Hey everyone, it's Mumble. Today I am restarting my beginner guide to Phantasy Star Online 2, New Genesis. The reason why I'm doing this is because the previous lot was too long-winded and, started losing attention very quickly. So right now I'm going to do a more focus and there's going to be more parts this time around, but at the same time it's going to be covering specific topics. And this one is all about first appearances. This includes making sure that you got your own custom player ID number. Well, player ID in general. It doesn't have to actually have a number in it. Um, I will quickly go through that, and then just some basics that every new player seems to miss, and we'll get started with that in just a moment. So take time to now, subscribe to my channel, hit the little notification bell so you can see more of my stuff when it uploads. It's completely free to do so, and it's really good for the channel. Feel free to leave a like or comment down below for some feedback, or if you want me to cover specific topics. I am going to start doing this daily again, or not daily, but try and get it up more frequently. And I'm also going to start continuing more of my uh, other stuff as well. Just bear with me, because I've got a lot of stuff to sort out in real life as well. So, with that, let's crack on with the video, shall we? So we've logged in for the first time, and it will normally it will ask if you wanted a recommended server. Um, if you completely skipped over that, that ADHD gremlin is just telling you to, you know, just start, just start, just start. I want to play, I want to play, I want to play, I want to see all the shiny graphics. Yeah. Um, you can select which ship you want to be on. Um, Considering that I'm on console and I'm not inside Japan, I've only got access to 4 ships. So we got ship 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm myself on ship 3. 90% of the time, I will jump over to ship 1 and 2 as well, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. Um, so we're going to go into ship 3. This is where I have, you know, ooh, that's bright. Um, we're going to get started straight away first with changing your player ID. Now, it will come up with a prompt first time you log in. It's like, go to this section and, you know, change your player identification. So where do we go for this? Right. So right now we've got characters creation, selection. We've got support menu, login history, Sega account link. It's a easy process. I don't really want to go into a video with it right now. Basically, you go to the Sega website, and basically verify your account with them, and it links the two, and you get some free goodies. Brilliant. Whatever. Um, if you want to find out about that, it's you can just always ask around. But right now, we want to change our player ID. So we go to the support menu, which is right here. I'm hovering over it right now. We will open it up, and you've got options for graphics, sounds, other settings. You've got the control settings, the online manual, uh, confirm the privacy policy. This is your terms and conditions. Make sure that you read up on it because you can get banned for quite a few things. And then finally, we've got the change player ID name. Yes, it's got a funky little symbol next to it. That is Arcs Cash. It's an in-game currency that you have to buy. But, and I need to reiterate this so firmly, the first time changing your player ID name is free. You will initially start with PN67239, so on. There's a bunch of numbers, and that is different to your character name. You can have up to 3 characters before you have to start paying for additional ones. So you can change your player ID for free once, and you can have up to 3 characters for free. Everything after that, you have to pay for. So if you want to change your player ID again later down the line, it will cost you about 3,000 AC ARX cash. Um, that is this currency. In the UK, that is about £25. In the States, that's about $30. Canada, I think it's way more like 50 Canadian dollars. And I'm not going through a whole conversion rate, but yes, first time is free. It allows you to have yourself a unique name for when you start making friends in game and they add you to the friend list. And it's like, rather than seeing EN bunch of numbers and thinking, who the fuck is that? They will see, oh, that's Joe Blogs. Oh, it's good old Joe. Yeah, he's online right now, and you can link up. It's helpful for when you join an alliance. It's something I'm going to get to later in the video, as it allows members of an alliance, a guild, a clan, to recognize who you are through their member list. This goes for the officers, those of an admin role, and the leader itself, the one that founded the thing, to basically keep track of who is who's logging in, who isn't logging in. And I will personally say, like, try and log in regularly, like, a couple of times a week, because there's a whole bunch of reasons why. But yes, change your player ID name um, in the support menu. So before you even make your character, go to the support menu, open it up, double check your control settings and options and tweak them however you like, and then change your player ID name to something that people are going to recognize. But don't make it offensive because you can get banned for it. And I will leave you for a moment and I will cut to the next thing. So you just finished the prologue. So unless you skipped it, so then you're immediately going to end up in Central City. You're going to be, a few levels in, whatever. And the next thing that you want to drill into your head very quickly, make a very good habit of, is to um, basically find skill points. Now, what do you mean by find skill points, Bumble? Um, Excellent question, and that is leveling up in this game does not give you skill points. You have to go and do content for them. Now, there are specific locations, and these activities are in every regions. There is 4 regions, and there is a total of 47 skill points in the game. Getting your skill points and applying them to classes increases your battle power, which allows you to access higher level content much easier, rather than just having to farm levels over and over and over and build that power that way. So I just came out of my photo settings, don't worry about that. So to apply skill points, you have to go to the class counter and then go to learn class skill. And then when you have learned skills, well, when you've earned the skill points, I will show you where to get them in a second. A lot of people just say, oh, just apply them to your main class and subclass. I personally recommend applying them to all classes because down the line you will get bored of these. You'll get bored of the class you're playing as, and you want to try something new. Then you've got to reapply all the skill points because otherwise you're not going to be strong enough. And it's like, oh god, why am I not strong enough? So you know, it allows you to be free to choose whatever class you want to play as at any time, and it allows that flexibility as a player. You're not going to be a one-trick pony. You're going to be like, oh, I'm running this content, and last time I tried it with this class, it was difficult, or I was struggling, so I'm going to play a different class, and I'm already set up, and you know I can then basically do everything that I want to do with that class without having to mess around and apply skill points then and there. So to get skill points, mention the activities themselves. So I will pull up the map. Forgive me with the brightness settings and stuff. Um, so part of the story you are forced to do two, and that will be the first step and then enhanced enemy. Yeah. Okay. For that, you off. That's it. Sega's no longer holding your hand. It's like you've done two. That's it. Take a moment just to check my screen. Take some screenshots if you like. But you have train. You have trainer cocoons. Trainier. So basically training. Uh, so cocoons, which will award you with one skill point upon completion. You don't have to get. You don't have to get a perfect score. And then you have powers. These reward you with 4 skill points. There is only a handful of them, so be sneaky. Like just carefully watch my screen. There is 3 in Alio. Alio contains the majority of skill points in the game. So and then which is the second region. I know it's a bit of a spoiler. Sorry, not sorry. You need to learn this. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing that I'm trying to force you to learn to this, but it's great. Uh, Once you've got it in your head, brilliant. You've got Virus region, you've got more skill points there, and they've got like a handful of skill points over here in Steer region. So like you've got one tower and a couple of cocoons. Forest is the same, you've got like one tower, a couple of cocoons. Retem has 2 towers, I think, or is it just the one? One tower there. Yeah, it's just the one tower. And then you've got so many in Alio. So get your skill points. It doesn't require having like a 5-star completion. Um, It's more down to just clearing it first time. You can go back and set yourself like, oh, I want to try this again. So I want to try and get the 5-star ratings this time out. Because that little gremlin inside my head is like, you can do better, you can do better, you can do better. Agree with it. You can do better. There is always room to grow. Video game. You are not going to be God, especially when you first start playing it. So that is your skill points. Be sure to get them all. There are 47. Ones that you are going to miss is the one here, runway. My recommendation is to go to South Alio, any means necessary. First time playing, you're going to have to run there. But I think, if I remember correctly, after an update, Sega allows you to teleport to any training facility. I'll refer to them as that, a training facility, um, upon reaching the required amount of story progression. So make a list, like go, I don't know, you can go top to bottom. Like once you've got your first 2 done here in Central Area, go to the tower, and then go from top of the region down to the bottom. Done. You get to the 10 region, do as much of the story as you can, but don't forget to explore. So do the cocoons top to bottom, so the towers as well. After that, you'll go to the Kavaris region after some story progression again. Once you've got access to pretty much all of the area, just go exploring. You can fast travel to these, which is great. So that way, you can just teleport in, do the quest, done. You'll be able to do it the moment that you hit. Which Steer is a little bit different, but like you require having to go to one specific place, and after that, you've got full access. Um, so yes, that is your skill points. Apply them either when you complete your training facility, or you can save them later without too much stress and apply them in town. All 4 towns have a class counter, so you don't have to just jump all the way back to Alio, and that's it. Now I'm going to move on to some important NPCs that are great for getting started. One of them um, is Gaiden. As the clue in, as the name clues in, he is basically like your guide NPC. Uh, when you talk to him, he will give you a bunch of side missions, and it's like, look, go to this person, and they'll teach you about their responsible facility. Or it's like, learn how to build your own equipment because you do get equipment at level 65, but when you hit level 80, level 90, that gear's wank. Like it is dog shit. And I am being brutally honest. But you relied upon it, but you've not learned how to build your own. Gaiden will teach you the absolute basics. To that point, you can talk to friends or you can talk to the area chat. How do I improve gear? And yeah, secondly, would be when you hit certain higher end content, you will get conversation from Schlacht. He will teach you about various higher end content. So we'll have a quick chat with him and we'll see what tasks that he does have. He will teach you about yellow training facilities. These are high experience dungeons that are decent up until um, they're decent until about 65. After that, it's better to just go to a combat sector um, and earn experience that way, or doing high level content. It will also teach you about add-on skills, which an add-on skill I will get to in a later video. I've done it before. I want to be more focused on these topics. So yes, add-on skills is a end game. Well, I wouldn't say end game, but a mid to late game thing that you need to learn. And the bonuses are fantastic. And then the rest of it is like showing you some other some now it's classed as forgotten content. It's kind of like some fun shit. The ordinal tower training is completely different to what regular training towers are. It's like a challenge, like it goes through like progressively harder bosses. You can take it on at any level as long as you meet the power requirement. It will teach you about explosive decoys, which is in a specific combat sector, which is known as nuisance plant. We'll get to that later on. And then mining content. So there's a resource in Alio and Retem regions known as mining. You need to be between like at least level 65 to damage it, to break it, but it will give you some resources, and these resources reset daily. So you can get these resources once every single day from each of the locations. So, you break all of those in Alio region that are available, come back tomorrow, and you can break them again. So now we are moving on to another character, another NPC. Um, this is Tim. Say hi to Tim. So what does Tim do? There is the Alliance, which I mentioned in the introduction to the video. Hello, Amelia. Don't mind me, I'm just recording video, but thank you for the head pats. I got distracted for a second there. Damn it! So Tim is responsible for Alliance-related content. So for your guild, your clan, that you have the option to join. Now, alliances have a few different things. So you have weekly task to do for them. So we have nine up to nine, depending on how big the alliance is. You have um, to nine tasks to do each week. Some of them are just general, like just do it, and it's super fucking easy. Some are region specific. So dread enemies are like boss enemies, but with a little bit of a difference. Like they're not difficult. There's no real difference really. They just have a special name known as veteran. When they do appear on the map, to find them, you have to be in a specific, like you don't have to be in a specific region. You just, they're not in combat sectors. They are in exploration zones, the bigger maps, the ones that are free roaming, um, not combat oriented. They will show up as a big green diamond on the minimum once they spawn in. It's not. A lot of people have this confused, like you need so many people for it to spawn. That is wrong. Just go to a location, wait a couple of minutes, like fuck around on your phone, check Discord, whatever, and if like after a couple of minutes they will appear. Brilliant. Field races, there are two types. There is the dash and there is the board. They will swap weekly. So 1 week it'll be the dash, then the next week it'll be a board race. Um, they are very easy. You only have to do 3 of them, and they do have a chance to drop a specific item that's worth a little bit of money. Um, but yes, some alliance tasks give just experience, some give just Meseta. In fact, no, I'm going to correct myself right there because I was wrong already. So some give just experience, and then some give you experience and money, but they will all give you alliance points, which I will get to later. And on top of that, you will also get something called alliance badges. You can, when you complete them, you will get obviously alliance badges. And Tim has his own exchange list, which resets weekly. So every week, you can claim items from him. Some of it useful, some of them are forgotten content, but they are still kind of fun to run. So the ones that you really do need to pick up on are Genesis points and Star Gems. We'll get to them later. Now, finally, we also have Arch. So she's in charge of something called creative space. It allows people to be, lack of a better word, creative. Um, and then this means you get to go to a isolated location and just build. You can have fantastic, huge mansions, or you can have, you know, some giant castle. You can have like a sort of a desert wasteland, like an oasis. You can have a beautiful s- snowy themed lodge, or you can have a bunch of Japanese themed floating islands. You can be as creative as you please, and she has 2 things. One, she has some side tasks which will give you some decent rewards, and then you will also be earning Genesis points, as I mentioned previously. She has her own exchange. Once again, quite regularly, you'll be given a limited time task. I'm going to get onto tasks in a second. Um, and you can spend those Genesis points to get certain materials. Um, there are 4 that I would like to point out that you will always need to grab. One, if you can afford them, one will be the Master Fragments, Arms Refiners, Arms Refiners 2. These two, like the Arms Refiner, obviously its successor, the level 2 version, you need them for making your own equipment. They are used to increase the level cap of that equipment so you can upgrade them to their current. So you will get them like, rather than having like a weapon at plus 50, you can take it all the way to plus 100 or whatever the latest level cap is, like 120, 140, whatever Sega decides to do the cap. And then finally, Foundia. Foundia is a material used for late game augmentations. So I'll do a video explaining what augmentation is and equipment probably in a couple of days. So like I said at the beginning of the video, uh, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll be right there ready for that that video. I will also like to now hit the topic of alliances. So an alliance, as I've said a couple of times now, it's a guild, it's a clan, it's a group of people that work together on weekly tasks, and they are your first responders to running content that requires matchmaking. Like, look, I need to do this content for the such and such. Um, like, I'm going to tie this in with regular tasks. So to find what your dailies are, yes, you have daily tasks and you have weekly tasks and you have limited time tasks. So to find them, you go to task and quests, go to tasks, and then you will have recommended. So this is going to be like limited time stuff usually, or the new parts of the story. Main tasks is story related content. Then you've got side tasks, which you will pick up from NPCs. Uh, People that are free to play have a maximum of 20. Those that have premium can have up to 40 to complete. So your daily tasks, um, basically these reset every day. So these are your regular income stuff. So I will switch over to the completed ones, and you know, one is to get a food buff, one is to get a region mag buff. Then it's foraging for a material. Today it was minerals. Then tomorrow it could be seafood, meat, or vegetables or fruit. Combat sector enemy suppression. So you basically go to a combat zone, kill a bunch of enemies, get paid, and then because you've completed at least 4 different tasks for the daily, you will then get your your daily bonus of complete daily tasks, which is going to be like a few end grinders, which you need for upgrading equipment, and a substantial amount of money. And then again on you will go to weekly tasks. I'm showing off how many I've got remaining. I will take care of these tomorrow more than likely. So in progress, we'll go over to completed. Kill like 1,000 enemies anywhere in the world, and you get paid out. Clear at least one urgent quest. It could be any urgent quest in the world. These are events that happen like every 2 to 3 hours. They are kind of higher level, but you can do lower level ones just to get it out of the way super quick. Um, Obviously, then it's complete so many daily tasks. So it's 10 and 25 of them. So it's complete 2 days worth of dailies, and then 5 days worth of dailies. So basically, just jump on, do your dailies, get your shit. Acquire Genesis points, that ties in with creative space. So this one specifically, jump to your little house that you've built. I will show you how in a moment. Um, there is a little tree, a little plant. It's got like sparkly orbs on it. It changes daily. Sometimes it's not worth all that much. Sometimes it's worth a fuckload. I'm using a technical term there. Fuckload is a good measurement. And then you've also got limited time stuff. So currently there's like an event going on with Alter Realm. It's an end game content. And then obviously there's some stuff to do with creative space as well. But it's all these other ones. It's spend so much at the minute it's spend so much money in the personal shop. Uh, it's basically like a player to player trading. Um, Free to play can't really sell things unless you complete the mission pass, get personal shop tickets, and then put stuff up for sale that way. And then it's some of this is limited time. So the ones that you are seeing right now that I've completed might not be available for you to see or to complete when you watch this video, depending on when you start today. So it's you've just started 2 days after this was recorded, you still have chance to get all of these limited time tasks. If it's 3 months down the line, I'm sorry you've missed out on these ones, but you've probably got some other ones to do instead. But you should always do limited time tasks because they are the most rewarding. Now finally, we are going to get to creator space. There are two ways of accessing it. One is to go to these big off fuck off devices, teleportation devices. You can click on it. This is where you can get your food buff. You can swap to a different instance. You can access your storage, but you can do that through your inventory as well. Um, and then at the bottom, you will have creative space. So forgive me for showing these guys off. This refreshes. Oh, look, mine's on the featured list today. Um, I'm actually quite proud of that one. So you want to go to your creative space, and when you do, um, you will go through a tutorial. It'll show you how to do the basics of building. So you'll have access to your tree. After you have access to your tree, you can go to an alliance. If you've joined an alliance, you can go to your alliance's space, your alliance's home, like, kind of like a guild hall. If you are remaining as a solo player, which I highly do not recommend, always join an alliance. You don't have to interact with them much. Just, do your contribution, like, do your alliance tasks, do your dailies, help each other out when, such activities pop up or you want a hand farming something. I will quickly go to mine now. So an alliance space, mine's actually quite beginner friendly, actually. I put a lot of pride into helping new players or players that are confused. So we will go to, yep, forgive the loading console, shoot me. So I will go to my line space, and you know, when I mentioned an alliance buff and alliance points and Genesis points, so your alliance will have something like this, which is known as an alliance mag, very similar to a region mag, which is part of your dailies. Looks exactly the same, but this is one specific to an alliance home base. And what you can do is those Genesis points that you've been gathering, you can get buffs. So you can have all 5 buffs active and they last for 24 hours. So I'm going to quickly just refresh mine because I've got plenty of points just to show you how it's done. So you want to grab the HP up, the photon points. Potency is your attack power. And then you can grab some extra experience earn and get more shiny items much more frequently with the rare drop rate booster. Uh, this will only cost you 1,000. So that is 200 Genesis points, from collecting trees, doing certain tasks. You can trade for them as well, actually. And, you know, you can trade like certain items for Genesis points, like Alliance badges with Tim. And also, there's another place where I can get them. So we're going to grab all 5 buffs. You can grab all 5, and it's actually very cheap. So you can confirm it. There we go. I've just replenished my buffs. So there we go. I've now explained what alliances do and what an alliance mag is. They are very handy things. Uh, Never skip out on them because, that tiny little buff can actually go a long way. Finally, sorry, itchy nose. Um, I want to show you some stuff that people are adamant that it's only a premium only feature, to teach you that they are wrong and how to get certain features. One of them is a auto sell. Now, auto sell is here. It's specific settings, and it allows you to sell outdated equipment or things that are just basically trash. Um, you have sections for weapons, then armor, and then cacheable items. So cacheable items are things called alpha reactors, stellar fragments, and snow. You can collect these daily in specific areas. I actually do have a sort of like a money making guide, and it covers that topic. I will link it in the description below. It is a much older video, but it's pretty much sort of the same sort of things. Like, it covers doing your dailies and where you can get like cashable items and some other neat little tricks. like first clear bonuses of certain content and yada yada yada. But people think, oh, only premium players can have auto sell. That is wrong. You can go to the shop here. You go to the AC and SG shop, and then you can go down to SG, Star Gems. SG stands for Star Gems. You can get them from doing all sorts of things. And you can get auto sell. Now, I'm a premium player. Um, I've been for quite some time. And so I get auto sell with my premium. But free to play can still have premium. So the first time you buy auto sell, it is 400 Star Gems. That's easy. You can get that. And it lasts for 30 days. So you have it, jump on daily, grind a little bit, like I'd say for like an hour, hour and a half, and then jump off. You will actually get a fair amount of money just doing that, doing your dailies, doing some limited, like work towards your limited time stuff and your weekly stuff, and then just like spend like another half hour, 45 minutes grinding somewhere, and you will get materials and shit to sell and just basically raw money. So for the first time, it's 400, and then every single time after that, it is 500. And then there is also something called material storage. So I will go here, open here. Now, material storage, everyone thinks, oh, it's a premium thing. No, it's not, because premium members don't even get it. You've got to buy it separately. PSO2 day, which is a sort of like, once every couple of weeks thing, you get like 5 days of material storage. That's great. It helps people top up on it. Um, or with material, or you can just buy a material storage ticket. A material storage ticket allows you to space like anything that's classed as a material, it automatically goes there. Or you can set it to go automatically there. So it saves a lot of time rather than manually transferring it from your inventory or regular storage. It's got its own place to go, own place to live, and you can just rack things up and just forget about it and say, right, I'm going to go clear it out. And you try and keep what's relevant, what can be used, and what's trash. And you can manually do it yourself, and can some money. And so all your materials go here. This goes from shiny rocks to upgrade your equipment, all your food, your seafood, your meat, fruit, veg. They go here, and all your collectible items will go here as well. If you do not auto sell them, they will go here. Like I've got reactors here. I've quite a fair amount of them. I've actually saving them up for a year, and now I should have more, but there's some days I've just missed them. Um, and it's stacked up over time. This is basically like my little piggy bank for when I really want something, and it's like, screw it, I'm just gonna get rid of them all. I'm probably gonna do a video today that I convert. You can all want me lose my mind. So you can get material storage from the same place. So we want to go back to the SG shop. And then a bit further down, you can either get a 30-day ticket or 90 days. Personally, I like to rack up the star gems, buy the 90 days, and then just forget about it until I've got like 20 days left, and then I just go and get a ticket ready. You can also get from the for the mission pass. So completing dailies increases mission pass progression. Free to play only get access to the top tier, so like the top bar, which is like all the purple side. But you can get the gold version. Uh, Once again, it's back in the SG shop. So we want to go here, scroll a bit further down, past these, and here we are, Mission Pass Gold. If you talk to one of the NPCs, she does give you a side test, like just talk to this person, and she will give you one of these for free. I believe it was Lydia. I will show you where she is right now, actually. Da, 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 da. Hey everyone. Lydia, Lydia, Lydia. There she is. So we've talked to Lydia. You accept her tasks. She is. Which one is it? Da, 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 there it is. Using a mission pass. She will talk to you about mission pass, and then give you and then once you clear the little side task, like you've just checked out, oh, this is what the mission pass is, and then she will give you a mission pass gold. What a mission pass gold does is it allows you to access the gold tier rewards of the current mission pass. So if you're logging in very late, like 2 days time, it's going to do a reset, and everyone's starting again. You can actually use this free ticket, uh, basically for when the next mission pass comes along. And it's like, oh, I can get it all this time. Like, great, I'll get free fashion, I get some extra money, and all this shit. Yeah. So that's everything to do with the SG. So, material storage, auto sell, and mission pass gold. I believe I have covered everything that I needed to talk to you about today. Uh, Once again, this is my sort of like, a 2.0 of a beginner's guide. It's not just for beginners though, it's for people that are either confused or stuff that they weren't taught when they first started playing. And I will see you again in the next video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, a comment below, and don't forget to hit that little notification bell.